And welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith.
And this is Chris.
And today we are reviewing the 2018 movie, Venom. That's it. That's what I got. Venom. This is continuing our series of Marvel movies. And next week, we'll definitely be doing Carnage. Yeah, right?
Yeah, Let There Be Carnage.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah.
Venom 2. Electric Boogaloo. I heard that a couple times. I was like, yes. I was like, I'll start using that. If it's your first time here, welcome to Slushie Review. We are just two randos doing a movie review podcast. Movies that we like, some that we don't, and that's not our fault. It's their fault. And we're going to give you some likes, we're going to give you some dislikes. We're going to tell you a little bit about the movie, and then we're going to rate this movie. And rate with a T. And I just want to make sure everybody understands where we're at. And
make it perfectly clear.
Yeah, just to let everybody know. My hands are up top. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'm excited. I'm also excited. Am I excited to see Let There Be Carnage? Let There Be Carnage? Let's There Be Carnage? I don't know how it goes.
I am. I'm excited for
The
it.
Woody Harrelson movie is what I'm calling it. I'm excited because I saw the trailer and we'll see.
We will.
Was I excited about this movie? You'll find out in the next coming minutes. Either way, with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into it after a word from our sponsors, which is us. Thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The Gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers. Need some likes. All right. Welcome back. Great job, sponsors. Let's get into our cast of Venom 2018 with Chris.
All right. In this movie, there's some people.
Nice.
You got Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock / Venom. Michelle Williams as Anne Wang, his girlfriend. Riz Ahmed as Carlton Drake / Riot, the evil symbiote. Scott Hayes is Treese, the security guy. Reed Scott is Dan, Dr. Dan, Anne's new boyfriend. Podcast favorite, Jenny Slate is Dr. Doris Skirth, a.k.a. Mona Lisa Saperstein, a.k.a. the worst.
She is the worst.
The worst in the world. Aside from that, you got... Oh, he's down here a little bit on this list. Where did he go?
Who?
I just had him.
Anticipation.
Remember when I said we were ready with the cast, and then we started recording? And then someone who's like... shows up pretty early in the movie... is down a ways. Ron Cephas Jones is Jack, Eddie Brock's boss at the news station.
Oh, that guy.
He works at.
Okay.
It says uncredited, which surprised me because he was like in there.
Yeah, he had lines.
Yeah, he's everything.
He fired him.
Yeah.
Shit.
Aside from that, we've
I
got
wish I had an uncredited role like that.
a lot of small parts.
Yeah.
And then we've got Stan Lee,
There it
of
is.
course,
There it
as
is.
a man on the street.
Easy.
We've
Watcher.
got in the credit scene Woody Harrelson as Cletus Cassidy, who will be Carnage in the next movie.
Nice.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Not that many people in the movie, honestly.
Not really. There's
that we sit with.
Yeah, there's like a couple homeless characters that like get used as test subjects. There's like people in the diners and all kinds of stuff. But stoner dude.
Yeah, listen, I didn't recognize any of the doctors as being people that we knew.
Yeah, so they don't get it.
Fair.
They don't get named.
That's facts.
So that's the cast for Venom.
Easy peasy.
I'm going to throw it over to Keith for the plot of this movie. Take it away.
I was about to say that wasn't meant for that, but it is actually because I'm trying to think about it. Okay, so as we know, I'm going to try not to mention a certain character that's not in this movie. Venom. Who's in this movie is I'm going to mention him. It's just another character I will not.
I wonder who it is. Who is it? I know who it is. It's Michael Scott.
He ruined all other men for me. Let's see. Okay, Venom starts out as Eddie Brock is a journalist who used to work in New York City with character name redacted, and he got chased out of New York basically because I don't know, they don't really say, they kind of talk around that, but either way, he's in San Francisco. The New York treat. I don't know what they say, but the rice-a-roni. The
San Francisco
treat. I got New York on the brain. Phallus. Let me do this.
Phallus?
Do this block because I'm all over the place. So either way, they're in San Francisco. He's a journalist. He's a hard-hitting, tough son of a bitch. He's nose to the grindstone, all the cliche things that he is as a journalist. He asks questions where questions shouldn't be asked. He investigates. He follows people around. He does all the things. He's the best journalist in the world. And that's where we start with him at. He's an everyday guy. He doesn't look like he's not juiced up on steroids or anything. He has an English accent. English as an American. And yeah, then we shift to, that's not the first thing that happens. It's the space thing, isn't it?
Oh yeah, because we were like, oh, this is how Rampage started.
That's fair. Let me start over. I'll delete the rest of that. Will we? I won't. Venom B starts off in space. There's an aircraft carrying something. We don't know what. It's coming into orbit and it's going to crash land into Malaysia. And we find there's a character, Carlton Drake, is that his name? Mm-hmm. He is very interested in this and we don't know why. Then we find out it's because he owns the spaceship, the spacecraft, and everything on board. And all the people are dead. And they can't find one of the specimens that they had in that rocket or spaceship, whatever it is. We find out a little bit later that he's doing experiments on some alien life forms, and one of them is missing. We find out, the audience finds out that this person is traveling in different bodies. This thing, which we find out is a symbiote, is attaching itself to different people, a la Host, and he's traveling. This symbiote is traveling around the world in different host bodies. We don't know what they're looking for. We don't know what this person, the symbiote, is looking for, but it is what it is. Cut to Carlton Drake trying to atone for the crash that just happened. He decides to finally do an interview with Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock's like, great, I would love to interview him, except for he's a trash human being. And his news editor goes, you got to play it safe this time. Just ask him about his business, ask him why he's so great, and go home and get the check. And that's it. He goes, I don't think I can do that. He's like, well, you got to do it. You got to do it for me. Do it for the Gipper. And they go. He goes,
God.
Okay. And then through some expert snooping, he finds his girlfriend at the time, Annie. She actually works for Carlton Drake, but she says she doesn't work for him. But the company she works for, that company works for him. But she said, I don't work for him, but you do.
Ergo, vis-a-vis.
Concordedly, you work for this guy. So either way, she's a lawyer and she has briefings on this company, on Carlton Drake, the day before before Eddie Brock's interview. A confidential lawsuit comes across her computer. Eddie Brock looks at it. He finds out that Carlton Drake has killed 3 people and they're suing him. Not them, but the people. Somebody's suing him for the mishandling of these deaths. So he gets to the interview. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're great. I'm great. Everything's great." Then Eddie Brock goes, "I'm going off script. What about the people you killed and they're suing you?" He's like, "How do you have this information?" He's like, "Don't worry about it. Blah blah blah." Cut to Eddie Brock gets fired from his job. His girlfriend also gets fired from her job because that's the only person who could know, obviously. And she breaks up with her. Then we cut to 6 months later, and Eddie Brock is a trash individual at this point. He's living off the earth. He is worse for the wear, to be fair. He's not having a good time. He's drinking at the bar, yelling at TVs, etc., etc. Then one of the... I don't know. I'm fucking this plot up. Is it something about being a manager that you just say dumb shit? That's what it seems like. Either way, the doctor who works for Carlton Drake, Jenny Slate, Dr. Skirth in this movie, Carlton Drake is trying to run human trials ahead of running animal trials. He ran one animal trial and he said, "Get ready for human trials." She didn't like that, so she hunts down Eddie Brock so she can bring him into the lab where he's killing people. He's killing homeless people with the symbiotes. And Eddie Brock finds a homeless person that he actually knows, Maria, and he breaks her out. Because even though he's not supposed to be there, even though Jenny Slate says, "Hey, don't touch anything," he breaks a window open with a fire extinguisher, because that's what you should do when you're being secretive. The lady attacks him. In the meantime, the symbiote is transferring from her to him, and he doesn't know it. And he becomes Venom. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. He becomes Venom, and then the host that we saw, or the symbiote that we saw in the beginning of the movie, becomes Riot. He attaches himself to Carlton Drake. But this is a what is this movie called? What am I thinking of? This is a
psychological thriller.
No. This is I want to say coming of age, and that's not what I'm thinking of. This is an origin story.
Okay.
Cut the rest of that out. This is an origin story of Venom. So he has to test his powers. He has to not want to actually be Venom. He has to go through all the things. He finds out how strong he is, how much he can eat. He's killing people. He's the anti-hero, Venom is. And we root for him throughout the movie. And I think that's it.
Yeah. Sounds about right to me.
Yeah, because I fucked that all up. But that's okay.
You say that, but I think it was just fine.
Fair. Either way, okay, so that's it. Let's get to some likes. Would you like to go first, Chris? We're going to tag team it.
Let's do.
By the way, I've been listening to the episodes, and when did we start tag teaming it? It was recently.
Was it Matrix also?
No. It was way before that. It was like Avengers, I think.
That sounds right.
Because it was like...
Because I was just going to be like, here's what I like.
What
I like. Same thing.
And then I was like, do you want to just tag team? You're like, yes. And I'm like, yeah, this is a good idea.
Yes.
Chris had the idea first, and I said no. This is my fault. It's like Michael and Daryl.
I would
watch that
like
episode.
all of the credit, but none of the blame.
Facts. Fair. You gave him out, boy, and I thought he was getting fired. Don't send me those notes.
I would like all the credit and none of the blame.
That's fair. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention we are currently drinking mixed berry slushies,
Which I didn't think was going to be blue.
and they are blue.
Considering we've had these before, and I should have known that.
We
they were blue,
did have
but
these before. Of course,
I don't
we've
know.
had that
I don't know what
before.
fucking color I thought they were going to be.
Same. Just same. I got nothing.
I mean, if I mixed a bunch of berries together, it would not look like this.
It definitely
I
would.
tell you.
You had one strawberry in it. Everything's red.
Yeah. Yeah.
At least that's the way it goes in
You
everything
got a
else.
strawberry to this, it's purple.
Facts. So either way, that's our Kool-Aid, or that's our slushie. Let's get to some likes. What's up? What you got?
So maybe they could sponsor us.
That'd be great.
Oh yeah,
Here's
I'll do it.
$5 worth of
Hey,
Kool-Aid packets. Shut the fuck up.
write it off.
Facts.
Write it off.
Facts.
I don't know what you write free stuff off of, but
Write it off of something.
that's what we get people to do the taxes for. That's what we hire people
Hell
to
yeah.
do the taxes for us. TurboTax, my ass. That's poor people's shit. Right off this $5 Kool-Aid packet that we got from corporate. Didn't cost me a thing.
TurboTax. Yeah, in your bra.
It's turbo time.
All right, guys. We're just casted, you know.
You know, we be. God.
Okay, let's get to some likes. Young Chris, I'll let you go first.
I just thought something. Should we do a Christmas episode
Of what?
of the podcast?
I mean, what movie? That's what I
my
meant.
first
Of what?
thought is my first thought is Jingle All the Way.
Ooh, I like that. Let's do
Well, it
it.
didn't have to be that. We could do
No,
anything.
what else could it be? Let's do. We can do 25 Days of Christmas like they do.
Ooh,
on live.
Christ.
No, not this year. We can't do it
25
this year.
Christmas movies.
We can't do it this year. Don't die.
We got plans.
Yeah, we kind of got plans.
Maybe next year.
Spider-Man comes out,
That's
and
right.
so does The Matrix.
So does
come
The
out
Matrix. So
December.
maybe next year.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry, Jesus. Sorry,
Sorry.
the party's so lame.
David, guess what I'm dressed as? Has a power of flight. He can handle leopards.
God. Drowning in a mouthful of water.
We should do an Office episode.
Hey, aren't they all in their own way?
That's fair. We just do Office episodes. We should call Office Slushie Review, and we just intertwine movies in there.
Hey, guess what movie we just sat down to watch? The Office.
Last time on Varsity Blues. I'll let you go because I'm having a great time. I'm having a great time.
All right, likes. My first like is Eddie Brock / Venom
Okay.
because I like Venom. I like the character. I know that character redacted was not in this movie, and therefore it seemed a little odd to have an origin movie without them. But hey, what can you do when different companies own rights to your characters, and some people don't want to play ball?
So, question for that then. I thought Sony owned Venom.
Yes, Sony. This is like a Sony movie with, like, in association with Marvel. Because I think when this came out, like, Marvel had already had like the rights
To Spider-Man.
because they had him in Civil War by then,
You're right.
and everyone's
right.
like, "Oh, why isn't he in this one?" I don't know. Why the fuck wasn't Batman in the Joker movie? Fuck you. That's why.
Well, he was.
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it.
It was annoying. In the movie, he finds out his mom worked for I was going to say Clark Kent. What the fuck is his dad's name?
Thomas Wayne.
Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne was this old billionaire. Like, he was like, they always show him as a young guy.
Yeah.
In the Joker movie, he was like 60, 70. He was old. his mom.
He gets shot?
No, not in this movie. So in this movie, his mom worked for the Waynes back in the day. Probably about 40 years ago. Guess who's also 40? Guess around the time when she got fired. Joker. She got fired, and she's on her, like, she's going like kind of crazy. She needs like pills and stuff, and she goes, you know, Thomas Wayne is just such a great man. He used to help me out all the time. He used to take me home sometimes, blah, blah, blah. And so he was like, this is how the movie goes. He's listening, blah, blah. He's like, why doesn't he help you now? He's like, oh, no, I'm not going to bother him. It's like, oh, you look just like him. I don't know. I don't remember anything now. And like, that's how it went a couple times, and to the point where I think she finally told him, or it was like, I think Thomas Wayne is your father. Like, because she was like, oh, I wrote him letters over the years, blah, blah. So then he goes to visit. He's 40. Mm-hmm. He goes to visit the Wayne Manor. He's standing outside the gate, and a little kid walks up, probably about no more than 8. And he goes, who are you? He's like, I think I'm your brother. And then all of a sudden you hear, Bruce, get away from that man. And then Thomas Wayne comes out. He's like, who are you? They have a conversation. It was annoying. And I was like, why is the Joker 1,000 years older than Batman? Right. Like, come on, bro.
That's weird.
That's dumb. I was mad. And also Thomas Wayne was... And then he beat up Thomas... He was a politician. He beat up Thomas Wayne in a bathroom. I don't think he killed him. I think he just beat him up in a bathroom. It was annoying. And then he killed his mom. Joker killed his own mom.
Okay.
And then he went on TV and killed Robert De Niro. Dumb.
Oh. Well, then I guess he was in the movie. I didn't see it. I didn't care.
Good, don't.
I did see this one because I care about the character.
Fair.
I like Venom. I've always thought he was a fun character. I always thought he was sweet. Back in the 90s, watching the cartoon on fucking playing, was it on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, Maximum Carnage, Separation Anxiety. I would always be Venom. Because he was awesome.
He was pretty sweet.
Marvel vs. Capcom. Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Marvel out with again.
Infinite Marvel vs. Capcom. Oh, I'm happy about that. If that comes back.
You told me about
Some strings would have to... So many strings would probably have to be pulled, but I would buy it in a heartbeat.
Facts.
And then was it Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite? He's like a DLC character, and he plays just like he did in the old one. He's the best part of that fucking game. Nice. Venom is sweet. I like Venom a lot. I've got some old fucking Venom comics. I had a fucking, like, the Venom t-shirt, like the black shirt with the white logo on it. I had a sweet ass action figure of him when I was a kid. He was like clear black plastic. You held up to the light, you could see through him. Dope. He had like these big, like, fucking claws that would clip onto his hands. Venom's always been sweet to me.
I agree.
So like Eddie Brock Venom, I liked him in this. Tom Hardy, I thought, did a good job. And it's something I've seen online that I agree with. He looks like shit this whole movie.
He does.
And I think Megan said it when we watched it. She's like, he looks like shit. And I'm like, yeah, he doesn't get the scene that like so many superhero movies do where like, oh, he takes off his shirt and he's shredded.
Yeah, he didn't do that.
And you know what he did instead? Ate some tater tots. Like, poured a bag of tater tots in his face.
I said he was everyman.
Yeah, he's just a dude. Going through
Playing a dude. Pretending to be another dude.
Possessed by another dude. But like, he was going through it, and I don't know, I liked him because from what I know about the character from like most of the 90s cartoon and the old comics, like, he's a journalist who turns out he's not as honest, and the old Sam Raimi movies, he's not as honest as he seems to be, and he's, you know, kind of a dirtbag. And then he gets his shit in order and becomes, well, before he gets his shit in order, he becomes Venom, tries to kill Spider-Man. Well, that doesn't happen in this one, so we get a new origin. I liked it. I didn't mind it.
Fair.
It was, I'm not gonna say it was great, but like, without like the character, without Spider-Man, I thought they did pretty well with it.
They did what they had to do.
And also, if Spider-Man had been in the movie, Venom would have had to have been the villain.
Yeah.
And this was his movie, so like, he wasn't gonna be the bad guy.
He was the anti-hero.
Yeah. So I like Eddie Brock and I like Venom.
That's fair. That's fair. My first, like, Mona Lisa Saperstein. Well, she's one of the first persons seen in the movie. Like, not the first, but one of the first. And I was like, oh. I love her as a straight man or straight woman, I guess. She is surprisingly, like, not funny, but she's good. And I like her as a person. I feel like I would like her. Like, she's all dialed up in Parks and Rec and stuff, and I'm like, I don't like her. But the fact that she can do this, like playing a doctor, a scientist, or whatever, I'm like, I like her. Yeah. She should be in more movies. And that's the only thing I hope for her, that she's in more movies. I don't know if she's a funny or comedic actor. I mean, she was in Parks and Rec, but
hilarious.
She's fun. Apparently, she was funny in Big Mouth. But I'm like, she was good. Yeah. She wasn't bad at all, and I really didn't mind her, and I actually liked her. Yeah. She was a good character in this movie too. She was one of the good ones, I guess. And I don't know. She just, every time I watch this movie, I'll just look for her because me personally, I think. She wasn't the best part about the movie, but she was one of the best parts about the movie. I was gonna go overreach and say she was but she was one of the best parts.
I forgot that she was in it, and then as soon as she was on screen, you were like, you know who that is? And I was like, of course I know who that is.
My girlfriend said that, or my fiance, whatever. But she said that, and I was like, yeah. I had already written it down by that point. I written it down like at least 5 minutes earlier, and I was like, yes. I didn't want to reveal my hand, but I was like, as soon as she said, she's like, you know how that is? I looked straight at my phone like, yep, I do. She is a like. Podcast favorite, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, anybody we like is a podcast favorite.
What would have been great, it would have never happened if she'd have walked into the thing with Eddie Brock and been like, don't be suspicious. I would give this movie a 5 off that alone.
I think if it had come out a couple years later, that line might have made it in there, because this was like a pre-TikTok era that this movie came out. Fair. And that scene got big on TikTok.
It did. I agree with you. You are absolutely correct.
I wonder if that would have made it in.
I would have.
After that,
I would give this movie a 5 for that.
Damn foolish not to.
They should have did it anyway. But yeah, that's my first like.
Nice. Okay, my turn? Mm-hmm. All right, my next thing I wrote down was Carlton Drake, Elon Musk, discuss. It's a like because I don't like the guy.
Fair.
And I think that makes him like a good villain because you don't like him. You can have a good villain and like them, but I think he's a good villain because he feels like he's doing the right thing. Like he's doing something he should be doing.
Right.
But he's not. There's a lot of people on the internet who are like, oh, Elon Musk doesn't know anybody anything. He's rich. He doesn't have to be doing shit. I'm like, no, he doesn't have to, but he can spend his money on whatever dumb shit he wants. And that's what this guy's doing. He's like, oh, Earth's dying. Instead of helping, let's look for aliens that I can merge with people so that we can go live in other places. The man's a crackpot.
Facts.
He's like, this is a great idea. Instead of like using my scientific knowledge, like my knowledge of like pharmaceuticals and science and all these other things to help people and help the planet that we live on now, let's just say fuck it and look for a new one. And also look for aliens at the same time. Find them. Successfully find them.
Yes.
But then just start like feeding people to them, hoping that we can successfully merge with them and hope that it all works out.
I also wrote down Carlton Drake. I did, because he's a great villain.
Yeah.
I liken him to Thanos. He's trying to do something good for humanity by doing all the wrong things. Mm-hmm. And he wants to merge with all these aliens, but he doesn't mind killing people, like you said, in the midst of it, like just trying to get there. That's not a good guy.
No,
that's a villain.
It's not a good way to get there.
Definitely not a good way. Good. What do they say? The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Yeah.
Come on, guy. We've heard it, but no, he's a great villain, and I loved every minute of him.
Yeah.
I believed him. He sold it, and honestly, his most villainous scene was when he was being nice to the little girl, in my opinion. Like, because he was like, it reminded me of Mysterio and Spider-Man in Far From Home. Don't apologize for being the smartest person in the room. I was like, it's great advice coming from a villain, but that's great advice, because villains are usually smart, and they got teased and picked on for being smart. The little girl was asking questions. Everybody's like, hey, I don't even know why they did that, but they shushed her. And he's like, hey, we don't shush. Never be afraid to ask questions. She never asked her question, but whatever.
And also, she didn't ask it, and he didn't answer it.
He didn't.
But he's like, here, take this pen and shut up.
Yeah, basically. But at the same time, that was his. That, to me, that's the backstory of him. Like, hey, don't be afraid to ask questions that other people don't want to, or something he said. And I'm like, oh yeah. If I didn't know now, this guy's evil.
Until a certain journalist comes up and starts asking questions that nobody wants the answers to.
Boom.
And then he's like, get out of my fucking building.
Right on the front step. Boom.
Yeah.
No, I agree. But yeah, Carlton Drake, great villain.
Yeah, I thought he was a good scumbag villain.
Fair.
Because, like you said, like, villains are often smart, and sometimes the heroes are kind of dumb.
I agree with that.
And it's very easy to, like, play off a smart, like, a super intelligent person as being evil, because it's easy to be like, oh, well, it's like, I'm smarter than you.
Fair.
I know more than you.
Yeah, I agree.
Get out of my building. And the hero is like, duh, okay. I'll come back and punch you real good later, though. You got a deal, and I'm going to watch it.
Agreed.
But yeah, I thought he was a pretty good villain.
Same.
And also, he reminded me of a real-life crazy person.
Facts.
Maybe not a villain, but he's...
Well...
I don't know.
No, they're villains.
Like I said, I don't think Elon Musk necessarily owes the world anything.
He doesn't.
But if you had the means to help out, and instead you're like, I just want to charge people a lot of money to ride in my spaceship.
Fair. And
just get richer.
Or die trying.
Yeah. You will.
Yeah.
When your fucking spaceship blows up or some shit.
Listen.
I'm not saying I wish a Challenger disaster style thing on Elon Musk. But the man thought he built a bulletproof car and then it wasn't brick proof. So
fair.
I'm just saying, don't be surprised if something happens.
It can stop bullets. Can it stop a dog? It might be able to stop a cat. Oh, set up nicely. My next like.
Yes.
So that was Carlton Drake. You're like my like. I loved it. Jameson Astronaut. I was like, I never noticed that. I've only seen this movie. This is probably my third time or fourth time watching it. Maybe third. I don't think I watched this thing 4 times. I never noticed that. I was like, JJ Jameson. Hello. Come on. I was excited. I was like, yes. And they're like, oh, he's an astronaut. I'm like, that's okay. I know where that's from.
Yep.
I was like, ooh, I love it. And they called him J. Jameson, but in the credits, I know they said J.J. Jameson
the third.
I was like, this is just.
Because I think his name was like John Jameson or something. I think
it was John. Yeah. In the movie.
Because I think J. Jonah Jameson, there's a J in front of Jonah. Everyone calls him Jonah, but there's a J in front of it. It's probably John Jonah Jameson is my
John
guess.
Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
His name is not my name, too.
I just thought it was a nice little callback, and I was like, good. Yeah. As you should.
Because I'm pretty sure he was in Spider-Man 3.
Was it 3 or 2?
I think.
Yeah, you're right. It was 3. Because she was trying to get married to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 3. He was of no consequence. Yeah, because that was the same one where he bought the camera off the little girl. And that was the Sandman one. Yeah.
$100.
Yep.
There's no film in this thing.
Yeah, because at the end he was like, wrap up the shrimp, or what did he say? I forgot what he said. Because he was trying to save money on the wedding. Because she didn't show up at the wedding. He was trying to say? I forgot what he said. But it was good. Yeah. So that was my like.
I like that also because it kind of hints at the possibility of like a larger Spider-Man influence in upcoming movies. Because I mean, the next one we're getting Carnage.
Yeah.
If J.K. Simmons shows up in the next fucking movie, I will love it.
Let me. I'll do you one better. Who is Gamora? No. I thought what you were about to say was if they tie this one into No Way Home.
Somehow, yeah. Because when he showed up at the end of Far From Home, I did not expect that. In the credit scene.
Oh, J. Jonah?
Yeah. No way did I expect that.
I'm just talking about in general. Not even J. Jonah. If somehow Venom gets into... If they even tease anything Spider-Man related into this movie. But no, he can't be in that movie.
I don't know.
If they're going to have too many people. There's no way he can be... They're going to have to... They're going to do the same thing they did with Spider-Man 3. We already got... fucking Doc Ock. By the way, guys, I watched the... Did I tell them last time that I watched the...
I forget.
Teaser trailer for Spider-Man? I did. It was fine. I was annoyed.
I'm interested.
Oh, no, I'm definitely interested.
I don't need Venom to be in No Way Home.
I don't either.
If by some means, like the post-credit scenes, it hints that the two are connected, or like that the two universes become connected, that's fine. Because now that the multiverse is in play, let's play with it. Let's see. But if J.K. Simmons shows up in the next one, I will love it. I will not be mad at it.
Fair.
In any in a post-credit scene capacity or in any capacity, I'll love it.
The son is dead.
So he's gonna come looking for revenge.
That astronaut is dead. So yeah, that's my like.
Okay. My next like. Stan Lee cameo, because of course he's always.
It's not my next one, but it
wasn't my next one either, but it's the next one I'm gonna say. Stan Lee cameo, because we're running out. We have run out. We have run out.
We've definitely
run out of live Stan Lee cameos. We're gonna keep getting them in episodes because in all these X-Men movies we're gonna see him,
and also because like Chris so eloquently made a great decision on. New movies, where would Stan Lee be placed?
In the new Marvel movies?
And I can't wait.
Yes.
We did Shang-Chi.
Yep.
Carnage next week.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Supposedly he already has a cameo in it.
Oh, nice.
It's like a picture.
Nice. Okay.
It was supposed to be I think it was in the trailer, like the first trailer they put out for it. He's like on a magazine cover.
I think you told me about that. Yeah. Still though,
but also like a live Stan Lee cameo. We would if there's a bus driver, if there's a mailman, a bus driver, a hot dog cart vendor, a janitor, somebody,
a watcher,
somebody who looks like they could throw in a line. It'll probably be him.
We got to do it.
Yeah,
and then No Way Home after that.
Yep. Eternals.
Are we seeing Eternals? We are seeing Eternals. Okay,
just
make sure
because we didn't do it for Black Widow. But
did we not? We didn't have the idea yet.
I didn't have the idea yet.
Where could he have been at in Black Widow?
I'm trying to think of the movie in general where he would have fit.
Black Widow.
Maybe outside the building that she fucking blew up with the guy's daughter in it.
No, that was too serious.
Prison guard. When
the plane dropped out of the sky. He could have been on a cart, like driving, like, what the hell? That would have been great.
Okay. I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah.
I never would be mad at any Stan Lee cameo, honestly.
No Stan Lee cameo is serious.
No.
Even if he's serious in the cameo, like when he did like the first Avengers or whatever.
Superheroes in New York?
I got Yes. So, blowing up a child, I don't think...
Okay.
I don't think...
Like Stanley just catches fire and runs by.
Or... this would have been sad.
Oh, no.
Yeah. At the gravesite. Not him, him being there.
Yeah.
But like, at the gravesite for someone else. But he would say something to Elaine. Easy. That would just be a dynamic duo, and I would love it.
He'd be like a groundskeeper or something.
Yeah. You women gotta hurry up. Something. I don't know, but... She was dancing earlier. Little kicks.
Classic. You know I love a good Seinfeld reference, Keith.
Yeah, I know you do.
I'm a sucker for it.
Listen,
every time.
I was going to say something about soup, but I was like, little kicks. I was like, soup doesn't fit. I might still do it, but it doesn't fit. So, yeah, Stan Lee, though. Yes. Love it. Same. Let's see. My next like?
Yes.
Turning into Venom. That whole process, him turning into Venom, I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind it. Him in the MRI machine. That was in every trailer, though, to be fair. Also, to be fair, this came out in 2018. I probably saw this for the first time in 2020. I did not care to watch it. With that being said, will that be indicative of my score? Wait and see. But yeah, so I was like, oh, okay, cool. That's in the trailer. The I should write this down as a dislike. The turd in the wind thing, that was in the trailer.
Was it?
Yes. I heard it
Huh.
a lot in the trailer. If it wasn't in the trailer, I heard it a million times before I saw the movie, which is fair.
Okay.
But also, I thought it was in the trailer. The We Are Venom was in the trailer.
Well, I mean, it had to be.
Did it?
It didn't have to be, but like that's their thing that they say.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But that was the end of the movie. But I get it.
That's
fine.
fair.
I'm just nitpicking at this point. I guess I should stay with my mic, so.
No, you don't have to. Well, I mean, it is a segment.
I didn't write any of that stuff down. I just have some grapes. Grapes seductive. Yeah, turn into Venom. I just like the whole thing. Him questioning his abilities, climbing over gates, climbing up trees. It was good. It was a good time. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I agree with that because it was kind of the power test
Exactly.
that a lot of
Yep.
things do.
That I wanted to write that down. What is it, like the origin story of like people getting used to their powers or finding out their powers, but I didn't write that down. I just said turning into Venom because that's all I could think of.
But it's fair. Like it fits because his first thing is when he is escaping from the lab building after having Venom in him, he like fucking clotheslines a dude and he just like goes flipping through the air.
Yeah.
And then he like front kicks a door off its hinges and he kind of like stops for a second and is like, "Oh, I'm still in danger and I have to get out of here." He like jumps
What
through
did I do?
jumps through that fence, like walks through a fucking fallen tree, climbs a tree in like an instant, and then those dudes show up at his doorstep and he just inadvertently beats the shit out of them.
Fair.
Well, thing like Venom beats the shit out of him. Tom Hardy or Eddie's just like, "I don't want to put my hands up. You're making us look bad."
Fair.
And he's like, "Oh, what am I doing?" And then all these dudes are just down.
Fair. I agree.
Yeah, and I like the first kind of reveal of it being like in the car window rather than him like fully turning into him.
Oh yeah.
And I
agree
because I didn't realize that Tom Hardy voiced Venom also. I was waiting to see someone else voicing Venom, like
I was
in the
gonna
credits
ask
and
about
stuff. Because apparently I just read a little thing that said he recorded all the Venom lines and then had them like fed to him through an earpiece. So like when he like is like going back and forth with himself, I guess.
Nice.
And I was like, that's a nice touch also.
That is. I was gonna say because I was like, man, who voiced him?
I was wondering who it was, and I guess it's him. Probably with like some work done on it, I'm guessing. But
To be fair, I don't know if I like the Venom voice, but
I didn't mind it because I didn't know. I don't know what I don't know what I thought he should sound like.
Fair.
Because I forget what he sounded like in the old shows and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think he looked.
It makes me happy.
Oh god. I like being bad. But yeah, I didn't mind him. I thought Venom looked good,
Yeah.
and obviously there's something missing on him. The big emblem is missing,
Who would have thought?
but
Me. Yeah, fair.
if the next movie has an instance where it shows up, I will not be mad at it. Or gives you a reason to believe that it will show up in the future. Because I'm pretty sure he has this symbol because
Spider-Man.
in the old one, because of Spider-Man.
Right,
So
yeah.
like he doesn't have it now because there's no Spider-Man. If it happens later on, we'll see.
Maybe.
Probably won't be mad at it because I like Spider-Man. As everyone who's heard the podcast will know, I like Spider-Man and I like
Fair.
Venom.
Fair.
What was I even talking about? Was I agreeing with you?
You were
about-
agreeing with me,
okay.
yeah.
As I often do.
Hey.
But when you're right, and I'll agree with you.
Okay. But it's your like.
Okay. My next like is similar thing to the superhero origin thing, the symbiote fighting someone with similar powers.
Do you like that?
I liked it in this.
Oh, okay.
Because while they were similar in that they're big space monsters, they were a little dissimilar in that Venom was immediately like, he's stronger than me.
Yeah.
He can make an arsenal of weapons. He's got shit like you've never seen. I'm a loser like you in like symbiote terms.
Fair.
He will beat the shit out of us. They didn't win in a fight. They lost the fight.
They definitely lost.
They won because they like, I don't know, outsmarted the smart guy, but like outplayed the smart guy because the smart guy thought that they were done and they were down and out, and they blew a spaceship up with him on it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, are all origin stories the hero losing the first fight or losing the last fight? So this is my thought process. Okay. Venom, Spider-Man: Homecoming. What other show am I thinking about? Venom, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Spider-Man: Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man: Andrew Garfield. None of those people beat the person. The other person thought they were outsmarting the person, and they end up killing themselves. Mm-hmm. Maybe not Dr. Connors, but I don't remember. But Green Goblin killed himself.
Yes.
The Birdman almost killed himself.
Yes.
Venom didn't kill Riot.
No.
He killed him, but it wasn't. I guess he did kill him, but he lost the fight.
Yeah, he didn't defeat him through like a physical clash. The dude was like, "I'm getting on my spaceship and getting the fuck out of here, loser." And Venom's like, "I'm just gonna blow it up."
Yeah. So I was just thinking, I'm like, man, did they? I don't know. Batman, Michael Keaton, Joker. They say he wasn't pushed, but he was. And then he wasn't. I don't know. It's a whole thing. But Joker dies. But he didn't really kill him. He didn't really try to, at least. Try to save him. Harvey did in The Dark Knight. Try to save him. But he's trying to save a kid, too. I don't know. I just was wondering. Anyway, just a tangent that I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Sorry. I overtook your like.
No, it's all good.
I apologize.
Oh, you're fine. But I like the fight because you got to see that, for one, Riot was fucking huge. Like, Venom wasn't small.
Same.
And Riot was like head and shoulders above him.
Agreed.
And he was like, oh, let's fight. Makes like big sword hands, like shoots spikes at people.
That was in the trailer too.
Made that fucking like ball and chain arm rock thing, like wrecking ball, like then had like spikes come out of it. And I'm like, oh shit. That was awesome. And he came at Venom, and like the first thing he does is like make that shield, which for one, awesome callback to like Marvel vs. Capcom games, because that's how he blocked him, like a big shield that happened to have the Venom symbol on it, but he doesn't have it yet, so he didn't have it yet. Like he did that. Fair. But Riot, I thought he was a cool villain. I wish we could have gotten to see more of him.
Is that your like? Riot was a cool villain. I know it wasn't, but is that part of it?
I thought he looked cool. And okay. I guess I'm still on the fight. I thought the fight was good, especially when like it was just the two just like goo monsters just like sticking together, and I thought the effects in that part I thought were really cool looking.
I thought so too. The reason why I'm asking is because I wrote Riot down as a like, so I wanted to agree with you.
Yeah.
I like Riot. I thought he was sweet. I thought he was huge. I thought he was a great villain because he didn't give a fuck. Yeah. He killed all those scientists. To be fair, that was really Carlton Drake, but Riot too. Riot didn't care about killing anybody.
Carlton Drake wasn't going to keep him alive. He wasn't like, no, we shouldn't do this. He was like, open the thing.
He was like, cool. He tried to kill. I mean, they killed Eddie Brock. To be fair, he was dead.
Yeah.
It's not a dislike, but how did he not die? But whatever.
Venom fixed him.
I'll accept it.
You have to, because it happened.
It happened. Yeah, no, that's why I said I'll accept it. No. But also, I don't know. I didn't write it as a dislike.
Fair.
But back to Riot, not my dislikes.
That's my like. I thought the fight was cool.
Yeah.
And same. I thought it looked good. I thought the effects especially were good. I saw something online not too long ago where people were actually praising the old Spider-Man 3. They're like, oh, we're not talk shit about it. But when like Venom was separated from Eddie Brock, he looked really cool. And I was like, yes, he did.
I agree.
He also looked really cool in this one.
I agree. I did not like the head thing.
Oh, when he was like separated from him, like talking to him. No, you didn't like that.
I don't know why. I just every time I see it, I'm like, oh.
That's fair.
It's weird. And even when Riot did it, because Riot did it once, I was like, I just don't like it. I don't know. It reminds me of like Beetlejuice, and it reminds me of the. You ever seen Beetlejuice?
I have, but I don't remember a lot of it.
It's been a while. But there's like a little worm monster, kind of reminiscent of Star Wars, that is in the desert, and that's what it looks like to me. And I was like, and I think who ends up looking like that? I think what's his name? Alec Baldwin. He ends up. They're trying to scare the family, Lydia Dietz and Moira, and he turns into that little mod. So every time I see a head like that, I think of Alec Baldwin turning into that thing because he like pulls his face out and then he like does something else, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, weird, but cool. And then when I saw this, and I was like, oh, that's what it looks like. It's not cool here. It's cool there because they were trying to scare somebody. Now it's like, yeah, that's weird. That's just it. I'm sorry, I keep talking about dislikes.
Fine. That's pretty much that like. Is that I like the fight.
Talking about dislikes. I gotta stop.
The time is coming.
My next like. Venom being Venom. I like everything that Venom does. When he is Venom. I like his... In the comics, is he sarcastic? Is Venom sarcastic? Does he talk a lot? I don't know. Kinda. Or in the game, or in the TV show?
In the old comics versus like the newer comics, I'm not sure. In the newer comics, definitely introduced the thing of like him eating people.
Okay.
I don't think he did it that much in the old comics, but the newer ones, he's like, yeah, I'll eat people.
Okay.
But that also might have been because I think they kind of have him like take on more characteristics of the people that he's bonded to. And in the stuff he's been to Eddie Brock, he's been to Flash Thompson, he's been to Peter Parker, he's been to Mac Gargan, the Scorpion. There are probably other people in there also. But I'm pretty sure it might have been the Mac Gargan one where he started like eating people.
That makes sense.
It might have been somebody else.
I've seen him. He looks weird.
I forget.
I just was but yeah, but about the sarcastic comments, I just did I like it? I don't know, but I liked everything else. All the action scenes with Venom, great. Him killing people, great. Him fighting the bodyguard or the SWAT team in the building, that was great. I like Venom.
Yeah,
I've always liked Venom. When Spider-Man 3 came out, I was a fan.
I was very excited.
And I'm still a fan.
And honestly, looking back at it, I always think of it worse than it is until I actually watch it. I'm like, no, this movie wasn't as bad as it was a lot of people, including myself, gave it credit for at the time. Or in the time since having the last time I saw it. Yeah. The movie was better than it got credit for.
Agreed. And Venom wasn't bad. Topher Grace, I don't fucking know his name. Topher Grace might have been bad. He wasn't necessarily that bad, but
yeah, but like they might have been able to choose a better person.
Yeah,
I can't picture a better person off the top of my head from the time right now.
I can't either, but not even that though. It was just like I didn't mind him as who he was. I get him. He was a dick. Blah 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 blah. It made sense that he wasn't some overgrown dude, though. To be fair, because Topher Grace wasn't. But I think the problem for me is when he was in the Venom suit,
he didn't get big.
That didn't bother me.
I didn't love it.
I understand why, but it didn't bother me. It bothered me when they showed his face. Yeah. And he looked like a vampire.
Yeah, he had like little like Halloween teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a little
that
weird.
Was the only part I was like, you could have did better than that. But then when I watched this, I'm like, they looked possessed. Even like Eddie Brock looked possessed in this one. I was just like, every time they showed his face inside the Venom costume or whatever, the symbiote, I'm like, But I like Venom, so let's talk about my likes. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. No. I like Venom, and that's my last like.
Okay. My last like is Woody Harrelson.
I should have said
because
that.
He was in the post-credit scene. It was really quick. He's going to be the villain in the next one. I'm looking forward to it.
I agree. He was good.
Yeah.
I thought he was in his 10, 15, 20 seconds on screen. I thought he did a great job.
I'm looking forward to the next one, mostly because not just because of him, but a lot of it's because of him because I like Woody Harrelson.
Fair.
For a man who's
He's in everything.
Film credits are innumerable, and I've seen him in like 3 things, and I decided that I like him a lot.
You've seen the Hunger Games, right?
I didn't care for him. I saw the first one, and I fell asleep, so I never really watched him. I didn't really watch the Planet of the Apes movies.
He wasn't in the first one.
The only things I really have seen him in that I really liked him in are the 2 Zombieland movies. Mm-hmm. And
I thought you said you like Kingpin.
I've seen Kingpin.
Maybe you didn't.
That's all right.
That's fair. It's not.
But like, it's mostly the Zombieland movies that I've seen him in that I'm like, this dude's great.
Well, you didn't like him in Larry Flint versus the People?
I didn't see it.
Same. No, it was a joke.
But
it was about the guy who invented Hustler. And yeah.
But yeah, like I haven't seen him in a bunch of things. I mean, I liked him in this, so that's 3. I'll probably like him in the next one, so there's 4. There's 4 movies, predictively, that I would like him in.
We should watch Now You See Me. The magician movie.
Yeah, let's watch those because I know he's in that.
Yes.
Both of them, right?
Both of them, yes.
Yeah, doesn't he play his own like brother in the second one? I've seen parts of it.
Yes.
Like he's pretty like English or some shit.
I don't remember, but yeah, he's definitely
okay.
He looks more like Cletus Cassidy, like when he plays like his brother. It looks more like Cletus, except for it's like blonde hair instead of red. But it's the same like texture hair, like curly.
I'll watch that.
Yes, those are good movies.
Yeah, because him, Jesse Eisenberg.
Yes. Morgan Freeman's in it.
Yeah.
The Hawk is in it. Ruffalo. Dave Franco. Great. The chick that's in the first one is either the girl from Wedding Crashers, the young girl from Wedding Crashers, or it's the girl from Arrested Development season 5 that they date. Ron's daughter, but not his real daughter.
Yeah.
Rebel
Alley.
Yeah. It's one of those two. She's in the movie.
Okay.
And in the second one, she's not in the second one. Everybody else comes back except for her.
Isn't Michael Caine in the second one?
He's in both of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Michael Caine's in both of them.
Michael Caine.
In the second one, Common's in the first one. But in the second one, the lady is... You said you never seen Mean Girls, huh?
No.
Okay. What about... You haven't seen New Girl either, have you?
I've seen it. It's been a minute.
I don't know what else she's been in. But she was Nick's girlfriend at one point. I can't think of her real name. But she's in the second one. She's the woman lead in that one. And it's good. Oh, and Harry Potter's in it too.
The second one?
No. Is it Harry Potter?
Daniel Radcliffe?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in the second one, isn't he? Because I know I've seen parts of the second one on TV.
Yeah.
At work one day, and
he's definitely in the second one.
Okay.
It's a great movie. I love them both. When the second one came out, I was like, "What?"
I'll watch those.
I was like, "Yes."
I'll watch those.
Yeah, it's good. That's good. Maybe after Turtles.
I'm down.
Okay, I got them both. So I own them.
In the far future.
Owns them, but
it's in the far future, but.
Yeah, we got a lot. Okay, we done with likes?
Yes.
Let's get to some dislikes.
Okay. You go first.
I would say I don't really have much, obviously. All right, first dislike. I do have a lot. Mm-hmm. I don't care about his and the girl's relationship. Him and Annie.
Yeah.
And she's coming back in the second one.
Yeah.
And I don't care. It honestly didn't make a difference to me. Like, if she wasn't in it, I didn't care. When she became Venom, I didn't give a shit. I was like, okay. Why?
I feel like that was just like a nod for comics fans, because that's a thing that happens.
That what?
That, like, Lady Venom is a thing.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Was it Brock's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Or ex? Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was her. It was a character. It was the same character.
I don't know that. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I feel like it was just a nod for people that probably didn't know that. I don't care, though. There you go.
I'm like, oh, okay.
There you go.
Nope, don't. Yeah. Still not doing it. I don't care.
That's fair.
And then they made him kiss, and then they made him seem like they're going to get back together at the end. It was too much. It was Mary Jane all over again. And I was like, come on, sir. And that wasn't even his... The reason why I don't think it mattered is because that wasn't even his like motivation to at least Mary Jane was a motivation, dumb motivation, but motivation. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
And I guess I said my other dislike, but it's the same thing. I said Venom being a part of their relationship. I didn't care. He was like, "Oh, you should say apologize." I'm like, okay, hurry up and apologize so we can get back to some real stuff, some good stuff. Because he was like, "You didn't apologize. Hey, if anything goes wrong, I am very truly sorry." She was like, "Let's get you to the hospital." She didn't even give a fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, so this was dumb. I was like,
yeah, I agree. I agree with that. The relationship angle definitely didn't help anything. It kind of slowed things down here and there. It allowed for some funny bits with like Dan and stuff at the hospital and the restaurant. But aside from that, yeah, it didn't really add a ton.
I like the doctor because he was in Veep with Elaine, and I like that movie. I like that show, and that's where I know him from. And I'm like, okay, he's cool. He's actually kind of funny in the movie. And now that he's dating his ex Annie, honestly, I liked them when they were together more than I like them apart. It's like, I don't care. Okay, she's over. Let's just not talk about her again. I don't care. But I get it. I don't.
Well, that's fair.
She just thinks she's a perfect 40. Yeah.
I'd agree because
I get
there's
annoyed.
definitely some comic book movies that get bogged down in like a romantic angle. Not that they're unnecessary, that they shouldn't be in movies, because a lot of comic book characters have like their relationships are important aspect to their characters. Like Spider-Man and Mary Jane's relationship is a pretty important aspect of their characters.
Even if she's an idiot.
It just happened to be, in our opinion, overdone in the second one, especially.
Agreed.
In the second Spider-Man movie, especially. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Because she was present in all three. Their aspects of their relationship was present in all three. It was way more present in the second one, and that just detracted from Alfred Molina's great Dr. Octopus.
I agree. I agree. Because the second one was he didn't want to be Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just too much.
Yeah.
Too much. It was like, oh, I don't want to be Spider-Man. She's like, I don't want to be with you. But I do, but I don't.
But I also want to be with Spider-Man.
But also, what about James over here? I like him too.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Mary Jane. You're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, she was a bum.
Dumb. Fucking dumb. I hate Mary Jane. Either way, back to Annie, Mary Jane. Annie, are you okay? I said that in my head. Something happened. Oh, when she got fired. I was like, Annie, are you okay? And I said it, but I didn't say it loud. And I was like, I don't think anybody's gonna laugh. But I thought it was a fucking hilarious.
I would have laughed.
And then I said it a little louder, but like I think you guys were all talking. I was like, Annie, are you okay? I love it.
Who doesn't like good little Michael Jackson reference?
Same, agreed. It's me. I quit. All right.
Michael Jackson.
I've gone on far too long with my dislike.
Calling from Wonderland.
Neverland.
This is Tito.
Stupid.
Yes. All right. Dislike for me. Megan brought it up, and I kind of agree with it. There's no real like reason for Eddie and Venom to like bond the way that they do.
I agree with that.
And like the fact that they do happens, and it kind of has to happen, so it happens.
Fair.
But there's no real moment where it's like, click, we need each other. They say it in passing. Like they're on top of the building, and he's like, oh, your planet is not so ugly. Okay. And then they break into the building, and they leave. And then he's like, oh, let's beat the shit out of a bunch of SWAT team guys together. But you're going to do most of the work. There's never really a moment there. He's just like, well, you're a loser. On my planet, I'm a loser. But here, we could be more. And I guess that's the basis of it so far.
But that's at the very end.
But yeah,
when he had already said he was going to stay.
Yeah.
So, what got you there before?
Yeah.
And here's my thought. I think the relationship angle is where he decided to stay. When he was in the car and told him to apologize and stuff. So, to
That's
me,
fair. Okay.
the part that I didn't like, and the fact that that's what he made him stay, I was like, this is dumb. Trash.
That's fair.
That's just my opinion, though. But that's what I think. Because he kept talking. He's like, oh, I like her. Oh, I like her. Like, that's what he kept saying. And I'm like, what, is she funny? Like, I don't fucking get it.
Her?
Like, I'm sorry. Her?
Her.
Egg, are you okay?
Anne. It's Annie. Little Annabelle.
Little Annabelle.
She's kind of shaped like a... She's the belle of the ball.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So it was a good dislike. I know you're still going, though.
That was about it. And that wasn't... It wasn't even something that I thought of, but once Megan said it, I was like, yeah, I agree.
1,000%.
It makes sense. Like, when someone else says it, I'm like, yeah, you're right. There's not, like, a clear moment where they were like, hey, this is why.
Because Brock wasn't doing anything. Because he was inside Venom. I get that. Venom was just taking control. And what did Brock do?
And then they were like, oh, there he is. He's bigger than us, stronger than us. I'd estimate our chances at about 0%. Fuck it. Let's go save the planet.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that was fine. But, like, that still, like, to me, wasn't, like, a clear moment where they're like, we are a team. Like, we are Venom. We are a team.
Fair.
They said it at the very end, which, fine. Save it for the end. But also, like, give me the moment ahead of time where it's, like, more concrete of we are a unit now.
Fair. I agree.
And, yeah, I agree.
She had a great point.
Megan said it, and I'm stealing her idea. I want all the credit and none of the blame, again, for this idea.
That's fair. Let's see. My dislike. They sent out the drones. Send in the drones. And to chase Eddie on the motorcycle. My question was, are the drones supposed to hit Brock and blow up?
I think so.
Because it seems dumb.
They just sent in a bunch of blue shells at this guy.
Literally, they were just like every single... like, it wasn't even like, oh, like shoot at him or surveil him. It was... I was like, what? Whoa.
They were like slow missiles.
Yeah,
I
like
guess.
they missed every single one. They blew up everything else but him. And I was just like, they're supposed to blow him up? Because I think I'm... Okay, yeah, they were trying to kill him, weren't they? At the time?
I forget, because like he
Or
was like, I want it. I was like, I need my symbiote.
Yeah, or was this after when he was like, hey, don't kill him?
I forget.
It was one of... I thought it was after. That's why I wrote it down, because he was like, don't kill him. Hey, let's send out these explosive drones.
That'll not kill him.
That'll not kill him. I was like, this is... Ugh. It was annoying. I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
Good old bring him back alive Carlton Drake is going to wrangle him up with these exploding airplanes.
Exactly. That's what Batman is known for, not maiming. You know what I mean? Like, from this height,
You'll live.
I won't die.
You won't want to, but you'll live. You only wish you would die.
Yeah, same. Yeah, but that was my dislike. I think it was so stupid. But whatever.
It's fair.
What you got? What else you got? What else you got?
It's petty,
I like it.
but
Already.
like lack of Spider-Man.
Oh, fair. I agree.
And I understand that, it's weird it was and still is a weird time for comic book movies and shit. Because apparently now Marvel's trying to hold on to the rights to some of these characters.
Yeah.
That could end up going back to like the heirs and like the whatever of the original creators.
I heard about that.
And if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. We'll see what happens. But it's just going to add more red tape and regulations to who can and can't get these characters. And
here's my thing. Me personally, if I was an heir of Stanley or whoever, what's my motivation for not putting these characters out. If it's money, they'll give you money.
Right.
If it's not money, if it's like, oh, I want to hold on to something beloved from my whatever, they drew the characters to get them out in the public. That's what creatives do. They want other people to see their work. Yeah. So to me, it's like, I feel like it better be about money. And if you hold on to it because they don't offer you enough money, you're an idiot. Because here's my thing. Okay, hey, here's X amount of money for us to have this character. If you're like, well, I need more than that, just be like, listen, just pay me every time you use them. You use them as much as you want. Just pay me every time you do. I'm cool with that. Let's go that route. Yeah. I'm not saying I'm not an agent. I'm not a whatever, but let's go that route because but people are stupid. Like you guys were talking about Bob Ross earlier. It's like, your goal is money. Even though he wants his stuff out in the world, your goal is money. Yeah. Just say that. Just be upfront and honest about that. Because for me, I'm like, if it's about money, well, Disney has the money. They'll pay you. Yeah. Marvel will pay you. They got enough. Hey, listen, can we get the rights to this? How much you got? I mean, how much you want? Right. Like, you got to know. And another thing is what I don't understand about these kind of arguments. It's like, well, if you take them, then what am I going to do? I just pay one time. Okay, yeah, you do. But if you hold on to it, you're not going to get paid at all. Yeah. And that's what they're going to bank on, and then they're going to lowball you. Because you can give it to somebody else, but we know somebody else's track record. Yeah. Not just Sony, everybody else.
Right, like you want to give it to them and then see them be possibly mishandled again like they had been in the past. Yes. And then see how everybody bitches about it still like however many years later. Same. Great, yeah.
And they're not going to talk mishandling, or you try to sell it to somebody else. Like, okay, for example, I'm trying to think of somebody new. Captain Marvel, for example. I don't know if she's up for grabs, but let's say Captain Marvel. Someone's like, oh, we'll just sell it to this other studio. They don't want Captain Marvel. They don't. Marvel has them. Disney has them. That's it. No one else wants that. The other studios are going to want the most popular character. Yeah. Disney's only doing this because they know people will go see it because it's in the hands of Marvel and Disney. Mm-hmm. No one's going to be like, all right, Sony, see what you can do with Captain Marvel. No one's going to watch that. Yeah. And I can tell you right now, I don't know her like that, but I don't know her at all. But Brie Larson ain't going to be on for that. Nobody is, because they know that it's going to be a shitty movie. It could be the best movie ever made. It can be directed by Martin, whatever the fuck his name is. And guess what? People were like, is it part of canon? Is it part of that? Because if not, then I don't want it. Yeah. So I think it would be stupid. But I did see that headline, though. Yeah. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. So like, little sidebar, but I think that the lack of Spider-Man didn't help.
Facts.
I don't know where he would have fit in. The movie would have had to have been completely different to include him.
I agree.
It's just weird for me to think that, like, oh, here's a Venom movie, origin movie, without him.
I think instead of bringing another symbiote / Carnage back, if they would have did Spider-Man in the sequel, would have been better. If you would have teased Spider-Man at the end of the movie, I think this movie would have been 1,000 times better.
And if they tease him at the end of the next one, I will lose my mind.
Facts.
Because it's already set up. It's going to be him. It's Venom and Carnage. If, again, this is something I've heard. Supposedly a credit scene was leaked at some point, and everyone said it's insane. It'll blow your mind. I didn't look and see what it is. I don't know anything. Same. If there is a spider person involved, I will be happy.
I like how you said spider person.
Yes.
That makes me feel good too. Give me Spider Gwen up in this bitch.
Spider somebody.
Ooh.
I would take.
Or Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
I'd love it if he showed up in No Way Home. Or as a consequence of No Way Home.
Okay, consequence or just as a character.
Yeah.
Like, hey, this is my friend Miles.
Yeah. Because we've seen Uncle Aaron.
We did. He said he had a nephew around the corner.
In the neighborhood.
Listen.
So,
how can I be a friendly neighborhood if I'm not on the ground? Listen.
Come on. These are our demands.
You have 1 day.
You have 48 hours.
What different way? You always give them ultimatums.
I'm giving you an ultimatum, which means you give me the whole tomato or else.
Why are you driving that thing here? It's all terrain, dummy.
Classic.
Look, you can be mad at me all you want, but I've seen enough movies to know that if you can stab the back half of a raft and it will go faster.
Oh,
Classic.
I love Troy. Troy Barnes. What else you got? You got more dislikes?
That's it. That's all I have.
That's all I got too. Let's do Slushie Meter.
Let's.
Do you want to go first or you want me to go?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I give this one...
Agreed. No, go ahead.
I'm going to give this one a 3.
Same. I already knew that coming into it.
It's not terrible by any means.
It's not.
It's not amazing by any means.
That's also fair.
It's pretty good, I'd say.
When I figured out that I didn't want to watch it in general, I was like, And I think I didn't want to watch it because there was no Spider-Man. I didn't know that at the time, but I was like, why do I care?
Part of me wanted to see it knowing the lack of Spider-Man. Part of me wanted to see it just for like curiosity. I'm like, how is this going to work? And I wasn't disappointed per se because I still enjoyed the movie largely.
It was okay.
But like, you can improve a lot of things by adding Spider-Man to it.
Yes.
This is one of those things that I feel could have...
Civil War.
Ooh, let me tell you. Increased my enjoyment of it by seeing him in there.
Agreed.
So, I mean...
Too bad he was in a trailer.
The next one, we're getting Carnage. That's great. It's another cool character.
Great.
Because, to be honest, I didn't know who Riot was. I don't know if he is a character outside of this movie because I know there's a planet of symbiotes out there, which they say in the movie, and then there's since been like at least one Marvel Comics event where there's like a king of the symbiotes, and it's like Venom doing shit and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So I forget where I was going with this. Spider-Man's cool. Let's get some more of him. Maybe in the next one. Gave this movie a 3. Solid. Not falling behind. Not leaping ahead.
Not average.
Yeah.
Low above average. And I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's a 3. It's above average. I have a lot of gripes with this movie. I don't know if I said them here, but I just didn't really care to see the movie in general. It took me a year, almost 2 years to watch this movie. That's how I also knew. I was like, if it took me this long. The only movie that it's taken me long to see and that I actually loved was the first Justice League. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Everybody told me this was bad. I think I was taking other people. That was my fault. But this movie, I was like, I don't care.
That's fair.
It didn't. And now that I'm thinking about it, it is because there was no Spider-Man. There's no enjoyment. I like Venom, but I like him opposite Spider-Man. I personally, let me think. I'd be saying some wild, outlandish things in my head. I have to filter that and see if I really feel that before it comes out of my mouth. I liked Venom and Spider-Man 3 more than this Venom.
Ooh. Okay.
Because it was Spider-Man. Because he was fighting Spider-Man. Spider-Man was him first.
Mm-hmm.
The black suit Spider-Man?
It's a good look.
Nobody can tell me, listen.
Everybody looks good in black.
I'm going to say something. Even if you like Spider-Man and you're the worst person in the world, and you're just the worst, most racist person in the world, you see black suit Spider-Man, you might say BLM. I'm just throwing it out there.
Black suits matter.
That's it. That's all I got. Black suit Spider-Man. I love it. So that alone moves the wheels of history. That alone to me is better than this entire movie. Just seeing him in the black suit in that movie, the trailer, the box cover, him in the black suit makes that worth it. Topher Grace, he didn't really bring it down for me because it's Venom. It's still Venom. And I understand I should like this Venom because I like Venom, but he has to be opposite Spider-Man for me to like him.
Fair.
And if he was opposite Spider-Man and then got his own movie, I think I would like that better. But it's hard to be I'm trying to think who else is an anti-hero. Who's an anti-hero?
In general, or like
like Harley Quinn and the Suicide Squad, they're anti-hero. Okay, guess what? Guess what they weren't? They weren't villains in any other movie. So I understand why you couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But also, do it. Do it now. 5, 4, 3. Yeah.
Do it.
So that's me.
Okay.
Black suit Spider-Man. So yeah, it's a 3. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But
That's
yeah,
fair.
It is a 3. Not great, not bad, above average.
Yeah.
Good. You got a passing grade. You got a B-, C+.
I think it's a fair score.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Fair.
I'm definitely more excited to see the next one. I shouldn't say I'm more excited. I'm excited to see the next one. I don't know if I'm more excited to see that one than I was to see the first one. But no, I think I am, because Woody Harrelson, yeah, I'm more excited to see this, to see Let There Be Carnage than I was to see this one originally. I do want to see if I can get another little mini poster for my door for that one, because I got a sweet Venom mini poster for my front door from seeing this movie in the theater. And if there's one for the next one, I'll have to look.
Okay.
I got one for Venom. I got one for Captain Marvel. I keep forgetting to look.
I got some wall space. I might need one too.
I keep forgetting to look for them for movies that I liked. So I'll look at the next one.
I got some wall space.
You do have some wall space.
I'm gonna get some.
I'm gonna get some little posters.
Yeah. I've been really looking at Funko Pops though.
There you go.
I don't know why I like them. I like them a lot.
That T'Challa Star-Lord one you showed me was pretty sweet looking.
It keeps popping up every day. I see it every day, and I'm like,
They do that.
God damn you.
They do that.
And then of course when I go to buy it, I'm like, sold out. I'm like, fuck off.
Oh, are they?
No, I'm saying
okay.
if I do, I might. I don't know. It is good though. It'll be perfect on this desk. Either way, yeah, good times. I am more excited. I do like Woody Harrelson. I do like him as a bad guy, actually. So I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what he does because I like his quirkiness. And you saw the trailer, right? Of Venom, the next Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
Yes.
Okay. There's going to be more than one Venom, or more than one symbiote.
Yes.
More than 2.
Yes.
So I don't know anything about it, so I'm excited to see what that's about. So, and I know Chris probably does.
I know a little bit.
And I don't know anything. So we're going to end it right there. So, with that being said, this has been Venom 2018.
I thought you were going to say, with that being said, this has been Keith.
No,
and you were just going to end it real quick.
I was just gonna say, and next week, I know we haven't given you guys a lot in past weeks as far as what we're gonna watch next, but we're definitely watching Let There Be Carnage.
Yeah.
So excited, can't wait. I just like going to the movies now. Honestly, I went to the movies today, saw Shang-Chi again.
There you go.
And it was great. It was that movie is good.
I'm looking forward to seeing it again. I might wait until it's on Disney Plus.
That's fair.
It's
It was like
hitting in like
$10.
November.
I know.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, let me go see it this weekend because I didn't take my son the last time we went because it was his fault, by the way. But it wasn't my fault. He made us like an hour late for the movie. We had to pick like 2 different movies. It was annoying. But either way, I took him to see it. And then after we got out the movie, he got his sats home. They weren't good. His satisfactories. Or is that what they're called? The satisfactory reports, the midterm reports.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It wasn't good.
Good thing you saw it first.
I couldn't even say anything. I was like, huh. All right, whatever.
Well, time to go unsee that movie.
Facts. So, but yeah, so next week is Let There Be Carnage. And after that, We got to talk about it, but I believe I don't know what's coming up after that.
Well, at some point we're gonna do the rest of the Cornetto trilogy movies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't put it out yet, but yes.
Okay.
But that's what we're doing.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Man,
Oh,
that's all right.
forget I said that.
Gotta watch this movie. No.
I'm listening to this episode. Just rewind it.
No, it's fine. I'm trying to think. I know we got The Matrix coming up soon, and we got The Matrix 4 coming up soon. I can't wait. Oh man, it's gonna be hard not to watch those trailers when they come out again because I'm gonna watch them.
Dude, if they keep coming out with them,
I'm gonna watch them
there's gonna be trouble.
because here's the thing. I love The Matrix. I don't know if you guys know. Well, you guys don't know yet, but
You will.
we definitely
You
recorded
will.
The Matrix movies, and let me just say, high praise from one of us, maybe two of us. I don't remember. I think you guys.
I rated them pretty
good.
good.
Okay. So maybe both of us.
I think the second one was my favorite.
Second one is everyone's favorite, and it's good. It's good. It's good. And someone said this. Somebody reviewed it. I watched a review of the trailer because I be doing that because I got nothing else to do in my life.
For
And
the new one?
Yeah. So the Birdman, he reviews them. He was like, "Oh, it's called Let's Discuss." He has a thing on YouTube, and he goes, "Let's talk about the new trailer." And he watches it in real time, and then he records himself watching it, and then he like plays and stops it throughout the different whatever. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. So he always shows stuff I didn't see. So I'm like, did I watch the Spider-Man one? I think I watched the Spider-Man one too, and I was like, this was too much. I shouldn't have watched this. He was pointing out shit. I was like, damn it, I don't want to know this. I was like, fuck.
It's Mecha Godzilla all over again.
Exactly. I was like, no.
Yeah.
No. But he pointed out, he was like, I think it was either him or somebody else, but he's like, I think the director, it's now just the one sister. It's like she heard the critique of the Matrix, the trilogy, that 2 was the favorite, and this looks more like 2 than it does 1 and 3. And I was like, I agree. It does. All the fights that they showed in the trailer looks like 2, and I love it. 2 is probably my favorite, even though I love 1. I know Kung Fu. Give me chills all over my body. It's electrifying.
All right.
I know. I'm sorry.
All right.
I haven't seen people in weeks. Sorry. I haven't seen Chris in weeks. I don't know what to do with myself. But yeah. So those are the movies coming up. And then Spider-Man and the Eternals.
Yes.
So stay tuned, guys. With that being said, make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Our subscriber count is going up, and thank you guys. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Young India, shout out. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got. How about you?
I'm satisfied.
That's what she said.
There it is.
I was trying not. I was like,
I'm satisfied and smiling.
Oh. All right. You know, Jim does that. He does that when they go out to lunch with Michael over the copier and the whatever. They all come in laughing. He's like, Oscar, too much. Ah. And Jim's like, ah. He's like, you look pretty. She's like, thanks.
Some tiramisu.
So you want some tiramisu? She throws it
Stuff. Right in the garbage.
He's like, you look pretty.
Some really good tiramisu.
Hey there, hot tie guy.
Tiny little hair on it.
Which I love. I love that part. That was the greatest part.
There's that ass. Oh, don't take it away.
Oh, don't take it away.
Stupid. Stupid.
Oh. Good times. I'll probably watch that tonight before I go to bed.
There you go.
Yeah, because every other show I gotta watch with my fiance.
Oh,
I get annoyed. I was watching Superstore. I got to the second season. She was like, "What do you watch?" I was like, "Watch it with me." She was like, "You know you can't keep going because this is hilarious." I was like, "Damn it!" It's like, "Fuck." She was like, "No." So the next day she had off. It was a week. It was last weekend. She watched the entire first season before I woke up because I worked third shift.
Damn.
So she was like,
she was ready.
I was like, "Where you at?" She was like, "I caught up." Or it was over a couple days. Sorry, it was over a couple days. Because she was texting me, actually. I lied. It wasn't one day. It was over a couple days. She was like, "This is good." I was like, "I know."
How caught up are you?
But seeing as how she won't listen to this,
All the way
I
up.
definitely watch a couple episodes without her.
You know she's gonna listen to it now.
No, she won't. It's fine.
Well, I mean, it'll be way after anyway.
Maybe.
It'll be at least.
I'm going
like
to watch them
4
more.
days.
How
out.
about that?
I didn't hear anything.
Unlisten. No, don't unlisten. All right, guys, let's get out of here. This has been Q.
And Chris.
And we are out of here. Maybe.